Podcast City Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Deathmatch Russell Podcast. Let's get it on!
Come into the ring, step into the fire, see what you want, baby. If your heart has desire, get out, get knocked down. Deathmatch Russell Podcast, Deathmatch Russell Podcast, Deathmatch Russell Podcast.
And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Russell Podcast, and my guest is the one and only, a one called Manders. How are you, my friend?
Oh, what's up? What's up, Dave? How are you? Thanks for having me on.
You know what? It's my privilege to have you on because you know what? We've been planning this for quite some time in the past, and we just always never got it just right. You know, timing was always off. You know,
yeah. Hey, that's what they always say. They say timing's everything, right?
Yeah, because you're always on the road.
Goddamn business, right?
Because you're always on the road. You know, always on the road. And you just got off the road last weekend.
I drove to Atlanta for center stage, and that was a good time.
Yeah, you were in the scrambles.
Yeah, I was in the scrambles. The fuckery.
Fuckery, as always. Yes.
Yeah. Scramble fucker, as KG would say.
Yes, and all of us and everybody else, and But what a night that was, though. Just that crowd was hot. Like,
oh my god, they were. We could like shit in the ring probably, and they would have been into it. But no, serious aside, like
that building was like we need something. We need to find something like that in Jersey somewhere.
Well, it's around. Like,
I
always thought House of Independence was cool, and like, I probably might get shit on for this, but
yes,
I forget the ECW arena that they did in Asbury Park. That'd be sick too, you know.
The convention center.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that'd be sick. But yeah, like that center stage is legendary, right? Like if you're a big WCW fan, which there's some people, you know, it's crazy how long ago it's been, but you know, like,
I'm
that's
sure
the famous Cactus Jack spot, you know, and
I'm sure
Vader and Sting,
and I'm sure that Scott Hall's probably been through there as well, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, damn, that's a shame,
dude.
That sucks.
It is like a guy we. You know, I grew up watching. You know, we grew up watching that guy's career. You know,
yeah, same. I got to meet him one time. We were at an AIW show. This is like 2020, like early 2020, and it was me and Justice in the main, and we were wrestling the Rip City Shooters. But yeah, Scott Hall was there or whatever, and I remember AIW was doing like their tryout matches for like, you know, like new kids that, you know, want to be there or whatever. And one of the kids like did his like, you know, like suck it and like he threw a toothpick at him because he was, you know, he was sitting around, you know, watching, you know, these like young guys that want to, you know, be on the show, tryout show, or whatever. And I've never seen somebody get so pissed. You know, he was like, you know, fuck you, motherfucker. Like, you want to do that to me? Like, you're disrespectful. And like, he like ran up to him and like just gave him the suck it back. It was probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. He was literally one of the coolest people. So
I remember seeing him at a house show at actually like one of those wrestling, like crap style wrestlings. Actually, Joey was a part of that federation, and he faced Steve Monster Mac.
Holy crap!
And he was I believe he was just getting better, and people were like, "Oh, sympathy cards." But he got the splash by Steve Mac. It was great.
Steve Monster Mac.
But you know, also to see him at the Game Changer with the light tube in his hand at the Old Howell Stomping Grounds was crazy.
That gif, I've never seen that before. Him smash and flip with it. Oh my god!
Right.
Yeah. Through that thing.
Yeah, but that was a great to see it. Yeah, somebody with the light tube, WWE Hall of Famer with the light tube in his hand. That's
hey man, 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, right? Shit.
Yes, two-time. I mean, there's so many matches of his we could go back and look at. Like, what was your probably? Oh my God, just like so many. Probably the ladder match is the one that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like the obvious answer. I kind of liked his. I mean, he was kind of rocky at that time, but I loved his when like the NWO did like the WWE invasion or whatever, and like that him and Austin little feud that they had for WrestleMania, and then just like Austin tying him up in the chair. Like, I thought that was cool. I like some of his older stuff too, like when when he was like the vaquero, he was like the the Hispanic cowboy or whatever, or Spanish cowboy. Like, I thought that was
somebody just posted a match of him in Japan. I forgot about he wrestled in Japan.
Yeah, he was. There was like a video I saw where like he was talking about Taker, how he met him, and like he met him before Taker. He met Taker before he had tats, and he had the mustache like me, but nicer probably. But I mean, dude was like 6'8". Like, dude's huge. It's crazy.
Yeah. But
literally the reason why I rock a toothpick. At school. Like that's like a legit thing.
Hey, you gotta do
like
it.
A legit thing.
That's the badass. That's the bad guy.
Yeah.
That was his gimmick. Is just to come to the ring. Hey, Chico.
Yeah. Like he literally made being bad cool. I swear.
I just saw something. I saw something on Amazon. I saw I think it was a replica necklace. I was gonna buy it.
Oh, you should have. Yeah, I would.
For like $20 or something.
Yeah.
But how much? I'm sure a lot of this. Now I should probably like buy a figure or two just to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Just to to have something of his.
Yeah.
I mean, T-shirts. I probably don't. Ooh, those are hot still, so you could probably still buy a whole. But I'm sure the proceeds would go towards the family. I'm sure.
Right. What's crazy is this the man had 3 heart attacks and did die in a row. It's crazy.
And he was hanging in there. He was hanging the last. That
shows you how tough of a dude he was.
After all his, stuff that he's gone through, his career of fighting demons and just the alcohol, the abuse, but Diamond Dallas Page helped him out a lot. Really through that.
Yeah, that's a good documentary or whatever.
Yeah,
and Jake Roberts.
Jake's not looking too good either. Like, if he looks like he's on an oxygen tank. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, besides that, let's talk wrestling, man. Like, let's do it. Growing up, what was it like for you as a kid?
Man, like, it was the Attitude Era, so it was good, right? So like, it was like that peak where like 98, 99, 2000, right? So you could watch Nitro or Raw, and then SmackDown was pretty sick too, especially like in 02 when like literally SmackDown had they literally had every generation almost. You had from Hogan to the like John Cena, or like the Eddie Guerrero and Triple H and Kurt Angle and like Taker, and that's something. I mean, I even go back and watch some of it now, like, because that era is like probably the best wrestling you can find. That's like modern.
Yeah, last night I was talking to a friend of mine who is a commentator for like a company that was in the mid '90s, ran in my area, and Eddie Guerrero actually wrestled Nova from ECW.
Oh, like, wow.
Dude, I was like a kid. Yeah, like I got to see like Eddie Guerrero in his prime.
That's sick. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's cool. Like, knowing now, right? Because like I'm in the business, and it's really easy to find stuff now. But like finding Eddie Guerrero stuff is crazy. Just like, I didn't know he was like Black Tiger and New Japan or whatever, and then you see his matches with Juice and Thunder Liger and stuff. It's just dude was everywhere. But
I think I'll have to search. I'll look around and find that for you. I'll find that footage. I think it's out there. on
Yes,
YouTube.
yes. Send me when you can. Also, when I was younger too, like a lot of it, like independent wrestling wasn't like really a thing besides like Ring of Honor. So, but I mean, yeah, man. I mean, when I was a kid, wrestling was pretty sweet. I kind of got out of it though when I was like in high school because I was too busy worried about girls and playing football.
Yes, because I was going to say I'd say you were pretty active.
Yeah,
playing football.
But I fell in love. I fell in love with it back again around like 2015, 2014, 2015 when like the whole like network launch and like I can look all the stuff back and then like I think Raw at that time was pretty good too because like like Sting was first time in WWE and he was back in wrestling and then like that's when AJ and like a lot of like like Shinsuke and all those guys were coming back. But then also too like you had the Elite when they were all in New Japan, when they were Bullet Club and stuff. So like that was pretty good wrestling too. So that's when I came back in it. Because then that's when I was kind of wanting to be a pro wrestler anyway.
Yeah.
And that's when I met Big E at Iowa and shit. And then he sent me to, he requested me to Black and Bray, which is where Seth Rollins trains. And, everybody knows that story. So,
yeah, everybody's gone through there. I know.
History.
Yeah, a lot of people have gone through there. It's
people.
I know. But then what made you want to watch ECW? Like, did you watch ECW? That got you hooked too as a kid? Well, not when, maybe after high school.
I guess when I was kind
school,
of watching wrestling, ECW was kind of on the fall. I mean, it was like, it was on, TV or whatever, but I don't think it was probably the same, I think, around 2000, 2001. Because at that time, it's kind of, when did RVD like come to WWE? Like 2002, maybe? I can't remember.
Yes, yeah.
I wasn't really like, I don't want to say I wasn't really into ECW. I just didn't really know much about ECW. I mean, I know a lot about now or whatever. I'll watch a lot of it now, but yeah, at the time, not really. Sadly, I was a big WCW, WWF.
But a lot of guys actually got a lot, being at the Haberstein Ballroom, like a historical.
Yeah, it's so sick.
I was actually there for part 2, One Night Stand, part 2.
Yeah, like I remember watching that pay-per-view when I was a kid, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is cool!" And then it made me go back because that was kind of like the YouTube era when like that got really big, so you could watch some of it back.
Yeah, so I was like, I was like sitting right behind Michael Cole and or whoever it was, or Jerry Lawler.
Yeah,
I know Jerry, 6th row. I was so excited, like just like watching these guys go at it. Balls Mahoney, come on!
Oh my god, yeah.
But he was a local, he was a local from my area, which is really wild.
Doesn't he? I don't know if he still runs it, but he kind of runs Outlaw Wrestling or whatever.
No, he's done. He died.
Is
remember?
He done? Oh,
yeah,
Balls. I'm thinking of who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of maybe Bullpain. I'm thinking of. I can't remember.
Yeah,
maybe I don't remember.
Right.
No, Balls. Yeah, Balls. No, he's dead.
Balls was a local guy from my area. I remember. I like telling the story how first time me seeing him. Actually, I worked at a dollar store.
Holy shit! Yeah.
At 18 years old, and this guy walks in, and next door was a Big and Tall store, like Big and Tall clothing.
Yeah.
And people are talking about this guy's a wrestler. I'm like, what? He's on TV, ECW. No shit. So I felt, that I had to look into I didn't know what the ECW era was, so I got hooked on it.
All because of Balls Mahoney.
Also because of Balls Mahoney. Like, isn't that
so
crazy?
Cool.
And then became good friends. Became friends with him over the years. Going to a lot of the house shows.
Right.
And just seeing him wrestle. And you know what? He even asked me for painkillers, man, dude.
That's an era. That was an era back then, man.
I know,
Yeah,
but
sadly.
to this day, I always still have my treat. I always have to show it off.
Yeah, show it off.
My nice fucking badass chair.
Oh, that's sick.
Block.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it is cool. That's cool as hell.
And that's from that promotion down in the Toms River, Phoenix. It was actually called Phoenix Championship Wrestling. That's what. Yeah. Isn't that neat? Yeah.
My stepdad.
And of course Christopher Candido, and the Candido fan. Yeah.
Candido. Dude was a legend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't tell this story much.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling some of the boys this past weekend, like the SGC boys, we were all hanging out or whatever,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know how we got into it, but I was telling them about how my stepdad, because you said big and tall store, my stepdad, he's like 6'10", and he was training to be a wrestler when he was younger or whatever, and he was trained by Axel Rodden. So speaking of ECW guys, that's like every time I go to IWA, that's how me and Ian hit it off, because Ian and Axel, right? So like so that's like a story that we always talk about, is my
also
being trained by Axel Rodden.
But who always would go in that store? My friend was the owner, the manager of the store. Public Enemy would come down and buy their clothes for the show.
Damn.
Is that Rocco Rock? Yeah.
Yeah.
His part. Isn't that cool though? Like, like, I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, Public Enemy's like,
they were
revolutionary,
revolutionary with the tag, with the tables. I think they were more. They were I don't know Dudley's, but you could say they really brought the extreme to it, though.
Yeah, I would say like Dudley's put it on the map, but the Adventures were Public Enemy for sure. Like they're the ones that put it. Like Dudley's put it mainstream, I guess.
Because if you look at it, they did more. They do dives outside the right way, the flip, like it's the way it's supposed to be executed. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Could you imagine if they both went at this day? Oh my gosh, God! If they were at Game Changer, if they were at Game Changer this day, holy shit, fans would be up.
Brett would do it too if they were like still kicking. Yeah. Brett would still do it.
God, but now it'd be doors. They'd be like, what the?
So like, it's funny with doors and tables, right? Like the reason why they do them is because they're easier to clean up. They're not as hard to get in the ring. They sound louder, but and they're cheaper too. But the thing with doors sometimes is they're easy to like. Not that they're easy. Yeah, I guess they're easier to go through. Like tables can actually like save your fall, But if you're like setting up a door or whatever, like you're going right through that sucker because they're hollow. So
they are. It's you're like, this is different. You're probably like, this is different. It's like a different transition from a table because I'm sure you've had tables in your career. In hardcore matches,
Oh yeah. I wonder what the next like evolution of like tables and doors would be. I wonder what else would it be.
Good question.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's so much out there that we could come up with, probably like who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, just think of it. We've done doubles. We've done the double cages. We should set up a scaffolding. Would be our. Could you imagine? But that'd have to be a building like that place was. Like something high ceilings.
Absolutely.
I wish that Game Changer could do like another one of those at the Jersey Shore at Atlantic City somehow. That would blow the roof, dude. Outdoors.
Yeah, you talking about the ceiling match or whatever, glass ceiling match?
Oh, I wish I was there for that night. I missed that, dude. That was very insane. Creative. That was very creative. They really that was the way that they designed that looked good on camera. Like, and the shots they were doing, and G Raver and Jimmy just fucking magic.
I remember them like setting it up, and it was just mind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, them like setting it up could totally like, fuck it up, but they made it work, man. Shit was wild.
That was wild because it was like you had to use scaffolding and just stuff, But would you love to do like a regular scaffolding? Just not like one of those crosswalks, just a regular scaffolding.
I mean, probably
like a shorter ones, like the smaller elevator ones that you got.
I mean,
nowadays.
I don't have a problem with how high it is. I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, you're not scared of heights, so
no, whatever makes sense. I'm down for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so Brett, if you're listening, let's tear it up next time, right? More shit. New shit. Be creative. Let the fans be creative, right? Us tell some ideas, and we all have our twisted ideas sometimes that come,
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, first time I remember going to I did the I was creative with fucking making. I put a head for Jeff Cannibal and I put skewers in it. I'm like let me do one of these mannequin heads with skewers, as a Masada tribute. At the that was right. That was like that. What the hell? The violence is the secret shows that we would do for the violent. And so that was revealed. I was like, holy shit. All right. He loved it. Matt loved it. And everybody else was like, oh, this is great. Let's bring more shit like this. My friend and I would spend money on crazy shit all the time.
Oh,
because you could go nuts. He would order a lot of he'd go out and buy the barbed wire at a hardware store, at a local farm store downtown,
Yeah, goddamn. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And now they just opened up a Tractor Supply. So, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I like Tractor Supply. It's all right.
It is because they got good stuff.
There is a mini in Iowa. There's a couple, but we got other farm stores. There's Blair Farm and Fleet and Tyson's and stuff. So
there's some farm.
Basically the same thing.
In Jersey we have a couple farming areas. So there's they have some places you could get your barbed wire because go online, it's expensive.
Oh my god, yeah, guaranteed. Actually, the area that I'm moving to is like central New Jersey, which is which I didn't even know was a thing. Is very. I mean, I guess I did in a way, but
you can tell me off camera. You can tell me off camera. Yeah.
Oh no, I don't care. Yeah. I mean, I kind of announced it, but it's a very farm rural area. I didn't even.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, right? What's the nickname for New Jersey? The Garden State, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, people like.
Yeah, we have
that.
Yeah, we actually have it's called Farmingdale, New Jersey. Is pretty popular. And Monmouth County. There's some places around.
Yeah, that's what like my girlfriend Brittany, she talks about it all the time and wants to show me. So I'm gonna.
You'll have to come by my neck of the woods too, and we'll have to hang out.
Yeah. Where do you live? Or
I'm actually close to the beachfront of Point Pleasant and Seaside. Where I'm in between the tourist spots.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
I'm 20 minutes from Joey, about 20 minutes from Belmar. So yeah.
Yeah, everybody talks about North Jersey or South Jersey, but everybody forgets about that.
And it's like 30 minutes on the Parkway just to Atlantic City. So come on. It's not far. Not far.
I mean that'll be the nice part with moving is when I go hit another highway, another town, I'm driving somewhere in the Midwest, it's everything's like a short drive is 3 hours, or in the East Coast, if you say 3 hours, that's long, so.
And we have a local promotion. I'll have to called Titan Championship. Steve Mack is part of it. And I'll have to maybe, Louis, I will have to get you in there to wrestle. Just have fun. We have fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will put your name, let them know, because always have fun. Jordan was one of those first guys, a couple of the other guys, everybody comes, pops in. It's pretty cool. So I'll let them know. I'd let them know.
Yeah,
a little something to do in the summertime,
Yeah,
They
I agree.
I mean, they do it in Toms River, New Jersey. It's where the home of wrestling is. Our home of wrestling is.
Yeah.
Kind of. I used to go to H2. I took a break from H2O. I go there. I love H2O, but it's just.
You'll probably see me there pretty frequently because I was talking to Tremont in Atlanta, and he was like, oh, he's like, you're moving, huh? Like, and kind of. So I sent you a bunch of dates or whatever. So
there you go. It's good to. Well, so whereabouts are you gonna say you're gonna
like?
live?
It's like Lambertville.
Okay.
Like Princeton, Lambertville, like that central area. Yeah, like kind of near the border of PA. So.
Yeah. Oh, you're set.
Yeah,
PA is beautiful too. You'll be like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like on the border where like it's like New Hope and like Lambertville or whatever. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Everything. It's all kind of close and new territory, new frontier, all that bullshit. So
that's what you want.
Exactly. I mean, it's kind of the name of the game, right? So
yeah, because you've been out there for so long, it's time to enjoy different side of the world, the East Coast side now. You'll be like, wow.
I'm sure I'll enjoy it for sure.
You will.
Yeah,
like I said,
I'm pretty easy.
Like I said, we'll hang out. We'll come out. We'll do
big time.
I'll let you show you around my area.
Yeah,
and maybe we'll go beat up Joey or something.
Yeah,
that's all you have. No, that's great to see. He's doing his change of attitude is good, right? I'm liking the new.
Yeah, he looks great, man. He's
doing pretty good. He's doing pretty good for what he put himself through an attitude error now. He's doing a bad guy switch around now. But no, you guys have a lot going on, man. It's are you ready for the collective or what?
It's gonna be wild.
I'm so jealous I won't be there. I was like,
no, why not?
Money. It takes money.
Yeah. That's the thing.
But I'm saving for the end of April back in Atlantic City, so I know you never know.
Yeah, that'll be a good time. I'll be there too for that. So.
Yeah,
that'll be a good time.
We'll have a beer again.
Yeah, hell yeah.
No, I think that's our weekend of play. I think of violence. I believe so.
Right.
Hopefully, I'm not too certain, but I think it is.
Yeah.
But what? Man, you've just been tearing up a lot of places lately. It's just you're just out there. You just got your name out there.
It's kind of the name of the game, right? Like I always, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. So why not? Wrestle
New
as much
South
as possible wherever.
I mean, you've wrestled for New South. That's a really cool promotion. I like watching that promotion.
Yeah, I like going to Bama and New South and stuff. I think I've wrestled in like over 30 states, I want to say. And then next month I'm doing Prestige out in Oregon, which I've never been to Oregon before. So that'll be kind of cool too. Just some new spots. So yeah, I'm pretty excited.
And this thing, you're going to be at a state fair. You're going to be at like a professional, Dallas, Texas. Like that's a really cool.
Yeah, I never been to the old Cotton Bowl. Like, like being a football guy and always watching Oklahoma, Texas, Red River rivalry and stuff like that. So like that'd be pretty neat too. I always like going to Dallas. I like Dallas as a city. I know a lot of people like kind of shit on it or Texas or whatever, but
but the food is phenomenal.
Yeah,
I always say
I'm gonna enjoy it whether I'm wrestling or just chilling. So yeah, it'll be sweet. Dallas will be dope. I always like it there. I always like when we wrestle there.
Well, next summer or whatever, I'm gonna get my ass there because it's fun.
What's next year? I think next year's like LA.
They're doing LA. They're doing so many fucking shows. I can't even keep track.
No, I was saying I'm saying next year's WrestleMania. I think is in like Hollywood or LA.
Is
or whatever. I think so. I think.
Oh shit, LA. Maybe I might have to do that.
LA's crazy. There's so many goddamn people there.
Yeah, I know.
I was overwhelmed when I was in Atlanta. Like I was on like a 6-lane highway at once, and I'm just sitting there, just like, this is,
Mhm.
I'm used to 2-lane highways. Not even, gravel roads. I'm not used to that. So
No.
it was like, goddamn, like it was just, it is nuts. It was
Yeah.
nuts. Elaine is a different animal. So I don't
It
know how, I
is.
don't know how Effie does it. I don't know how Effie does it.
Shout out to Effie. God,
Yeah,
he's gonna
shout out
be
to Effie. Effie's the
Effie.
man.
He's got his gay brunch coming up too for the collective. Gosh.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's always a good time.
Mhm.
I remember that one year we all got to do it.
Mhm.
It was like me, Justice, Manson. I think it was supposed to be AJ, but we had Levi as a sub, and then we wrestled.
Mhm.
We wrestled another faction, so that was kind of cool.
Actually, speaking of Levi, it was great to see him in the crowd sitting there
Yeah,
enjoying
he
the
was
show.
there. He was there. He was at the show with Mouse, and he was kind of helping out. I haven't seen Levi in a hot minute, so
No, he's a good. He's pretty good. I'm glad to
yeah.
see.
Levi's great. He's a great guy. He's a good wrestler. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
One of these days he'll get on the podcast if he wants to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to call his advocate, man, or his his spokesperson, because Levi doesn't have a phone, so you got to figure that out.
And we'll have to create a butter turners with a cord or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now
he legit makes like birdhouses for a living.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's nuts. Yeah. So
I'll have to
shout out to
him
Levi.
Time. Buy one, everyone. Buy a Levi birdhouse authenticated from the Amish.
Yeah, from the Amish.
No, that's a cool thing. Once you also when you go, like, you'll be able to check out Lancaster, Pennsylvania as well. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
There's some fun stuff to find around, and state.
Oh yeah.
Not just New Jersey, we're known as what, for fishing and that's about it, But game and all, my friends do all the shooting and stuff, so I have to find out where they game, and I can give you that places they go,
Oh yeah.
Because I'm sure you love game hunting,
Oh, big time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a couple places down here. I'm not too big on it, but they are.
Yeah.
What do you like to, besides wrestling? What's your movie you watched right now? What movies are catching your eye? Anything, dude? I haven't watched a good movie in a while. I have not watched it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same. I kind of watch a lot of old westerns, to be honest. I kind of want to see the new Batman.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, the boys were talking about it and saying how great it was, so I might check that out. I recently just finished 1883 in Yellowstone. I binge watched the whole thing, and that was freaking nuts. It's I didn't even put this analogy together because the guy that runs that's the writer and director of Yellowstone and even 1883. He was the cop and the writer for Sons of Anarchy, and Sons of Anarchy is one of my favorite shows of all time. So I put two and two together. I was like, this is literally Sons of Anarchy, but just Western instead of biker. It's the same. There's these crazy things happen, and people die and all the time. It's literally the same thing. So
that's awesome.
But
I just really just wrestling. I'll watch whatever's wrestling. That's my thing, man. I'll forget about the news and shit and TV movies that are coming out. I just don't care. See all this shit on replay,
Right. True.
But I did see.
But yeah, Batman's the movie I might go see. So,
are you into any horror movies or no? You into the horror?
I'm not against
Texas Chainsaw.
Well, I heard that's a new movie too, right? I heard that one's new, where it's he's in
Check it out. Watch it. Yeah. Watch it. I recommend it. You'd be like, wow, different side.
Yeah. So,
what are you currently listening to? Of course, country. I know you like country.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm a big rock guy too, and
yeah,
I listen to all sorts of music. But lately, I've been listening to these independent country artists where like it's like these guys like Sturgill Simpson and like Cody Jinks and Coulter Wall, where these dudes are kind of like I kind of related to wrestling, where like they're basically independent wrestlers, but they're like, you know, the indie darlings of like country music. They're almost like the modern outlaw country, where like it was like Willie Nelson and Waylon and you know, Haggard and all those guys. So like,
or even like this guy on the wall, Johnny Cash, you know, hanging up there.
Exactly.
You know,
like they all got those vibes. They all got those like vibes, but it's like a little modern. But I've been really digging those guys, those three specifically. Like so there's a bunch of them, like Charlie Crockett and stuff. So like I've been listening to a lot of that. Yeah, I'm a big like if someone told me like, hey, what's your go-to? It's definitely like outlaw country or like southern rock. Those are like the two, like Skinner and Molly Hatchet, you know, stuff like that. So
poison to the old shit.
Yeah, like, I mean, I like good old you know, hair metal too, and
of course your song. So Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yeah,
hell yeah,
like,
you know, come on.
That's a funny story. When I was like trying to find a theme song or whatever, and I had like a whole list, and I was at a show or whatever, and I was I had Silas Young, out of all people, tell me he's like you should come out to Wanted Dead or Alive. Like that song's like really catchy, you know, everybody like knows it. So, and I was like, shit, okay. And it's kind of ironic if I'm moving to Jersey now, and
it's gonna be
like he's Jersey boy, so it's like, really funny how that works.
Funny how it works. And actually he runs a kitchen. He runs a soup kitchen, and it's crazy.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
it's cool though. It's a cool, you know, transition.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if you hear the same song over and over from like you know that, but you know it's like, but you want to switch it up, you'll switch. You know, you can switch it up if you get tired.
Yeah, right.
Know?
Oh yeah.
You know, but
I like classic rock too. Like like I've always been a big fan of like Boston, AC/DC, Metallica. I guess you can count Pantera in it maybe a little bit. I guess they're classic now since it's been a long time.
I see one of those like
Led Zeppelin.
I see that there's a band called Les Zeppelin, which is popular.
Really,
dude? Type that in YouTube. You'd be like, holy shit!
Oh, look them up.
Les Zeppelin. They are. I've seen them in Colorado. I got to go out to Colorado to a campground up in the mountains.
Yeah.
With my cousins. We saw them play. Dude, they killed it. It sounded exactly like the band, and just
no way. Yeah. I went to there's a bar that we wrestle in Iowa City. It's called Wildwood, and they they'll bring like people in all the time from all the places. Like Fozzy was there like a year ago or a couple years ago. That was kind of cool. But one of the nights I was there, whatever, I wanted to have like a beer or two, and they had freaking like an AC/DC cover band. They literally sounded the exact same as like AC/DC, and I was just like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's like seeing it's like I'll never forget the time taking my dad to Alice Cooper. My dad, Game Changer came around, right? GCW did a concert series one year, festival.
Was it Warped Tour or whatever?
No, this was way before that. This was way before. But Game Changer did a show we did with Nate Hatred, and
oh God, R.I.P.
Yeah, but Brett, I was doing film crew. First Facebook Live, like the first. I have footage. I'll have to show you that. You'd be like, what?
Yeah, All
right, I'll find that footage. But there's concerts going on at my local baseball park 5 minutes away, and the shitty day. It was raining out, dude. We got Brett gave me 40. He's like, hey, you want to go see Alice Cooper for $40? Yeah, okay.
Damn.
So he sat and watched Alice Cooper. My dad was blown away by all the electronics and all the animatronics and like this props and all of Alice Cooper. He's like, holy shit, this guy is insane, you know. So my dad got the first taste of like rock music, like real, instead of seeing Elvis back in his day, you know.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Like he's not used to that different
Yeah,
genre.
Alice Cooper's wild.
Mm-hmm. And to think that he did WrestleMania too, you know what I mean?
I know, right?
But yeah, you never know, man. It's really cool. But also, I remember going to another Game Changer. We did it again. We had another festival, and I saw Stone Temple Pilots before they died, before that dude died.
Yeah.
Like Wave. I wish we had like those festivals again. We'll have to get some more of that.
I'm a big Stone Temple Pilot fan. Mm-hmm. Those guys are sick. Yeah.
Playing that on my guitar every time. Oh, it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's a like that whole 90s like grunge music era is pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
want to hear another cool story? I'll tell the story. I'll tell you two stories. One year, my sister had a New Year's party, and we're all sitting around. I go walk into the kitchen, and this guy and his son come out in the kitchen, and his son says, "Dad, I want some Bing cherries." And guess what? And what? I was like, man, I could go for some cherry pie. He's like, that's my song, Warrant, Cherry Pie by Warrant by Poison. The drummer, CC DeVille, was hanging out at my sister's house. How cool was that? Like, I was thinking, wow,
that's wild.
Yeah. And he wasn't even drunk. He was drinking Dr. Pepper the whole time. Like, not even like, because, you know.
Holy shit.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, it is wild. Damn.
And then my dad went to he worked in Long Island, New York a lot. And there was a Mexican restaurant, and Madonna was in town. So he crashed her party. He just walked right in.
Way.
Yes. Right before a big contract for New York City or something.
Damn.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
So you never know who you meet, you know?
Yeah, you never know who you meet.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever met anybody like that? Or like celebrity or anybody or come close?
There was a concert that they did at Kinnick Stadium, which is like Iowa, the Hawkeyes football stadium where I played at, and they're very like Kinnick Stadium's very conservative, especially at the time, like 2016 or whatever. And it was it was Dallas Clark, who he used to play for the Colts with Peyton Manning, and everybody knows who Ashton Kutcher is. And Kutcher went to Iowa, and we would after workout or practice or whatever, we go get food at the lunch, in the building or whatever, the lunch hall, and Dallas Clark would walk in. And we're like, holy shit, Dallas Clark, cool, okay. And then Ashton Kutcher would walk in like 10 minutes after, and they would go in the NFL room, which was just like a separate room, and this would be every couple months, and we're wondering what are they up to or whatever. We were thinking they're just there just to see, but they're actually making business plans to create this this concert that they did. So it was Back Porch Revival is what it was called. And they had Mila Kunis and Blake Shelton, Thomas Rhett, Big and Rich. They had this whole concert set up. So that day when we were at the concert or whatever, we were a couple of the boys, a couple of us guys, we were backstage or whatever, and we're just hanging out with Big and Rich and drinking whiskey with them and stuff like that. So yeah, I got some stories like that for sure.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it was kind of sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always a story to tell when you run into somebody. It's I'll tell you what, man. I remember the one when I was a kid, or when it was around that Bobby Fischer story. The Amy Fisher story. That Amy Fisher.
Oh no, I don't think I know it.
That the one lady who cut her husband's package.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Dude, my dad and my family and I went to New York City, and we went to the Plaza Hotel, and there's Joey Buttafuoco and his wife eating at the Plaza Hotel.
No.
Right? Like, how crazy?
No, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And
shit.
I know.
Yeah,
but
that's wild.
I think my favorite time though was when I went to Planet Hollywood. Planet Hollywood was so popular, and my family were all sitting at the booth, and I hear a voice behind me. I'm like, wait a minute, is that the voice of Homie the Clown? Damon Williams was right there. Crazy, from In Living Color.
What the hell? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
You never know. It's like my sister.
You never know, like who you're.
No, my sister.
You really don't.
It's like my sister when she does work in the city as a book, in the book industry, and they're building his Comedy Central is in there too.
Damn.
But
yeah,
so they see people every day, like the Olsen twins, Macaulay Culkin, and just everybody would walk through the doors. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's awesome though.
It is awesome.
Or I remember seeing the Cosby little Cosby girl at the Macy's Day Parade.
Yeah.
Oh God! Before the WWF did their Thanksgiving Day Parade, week after or something, I think that was like, yeah. When it's popular, when they had the Vince McMahon, actually was Razor on that float. I'm gonna have to go back and look now. I think he was. But anyway, what do you got else going on? Anything else? Let's call it a night. I gotta hit the bed. I'm a garbage man by day.
No shit. Hey, man, it's only 8:50 where you're at, man. Like
I know.
You gotta go to bed
soon.
I love it. I mean, this weekend I'm at Pro Wrestling Grind, which is in Massachusetts, and then I got AAW in Chicago the next day, so that'll be cool. And then I got some Iowa show the next week, and then the next week after that's freaking Mania. So,
Mania weekend.
Yeah, Mania weekend.
GCW weekend. Actually,
yeah, it's a big weekend. You got the collective.
Really?
You got
I know
WrestleCon, all that whole 9 yards. So yeah, that's good. That's a good time. So it'll be fun.
You'll be doing a lot of traveling. That's it.
Yeah, no, big time. Yeah, big time.
I'm so glad. And then you'll be back. And then you'll be back in the state again, Atlantic City. Yep. So fans, make sure you're there for that weekend. Yep. Come say hello to Manders and get some merchandise. Support him, please.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Because he needs it after his move here. So, no. But get out and support. No, I want to say thank you for coming on. And we'll do this again. We'll do it again down the line.
Yeah,
you never know. Mm-hmm. Thank you for coming on, Manders. Have a good night.
Man. No, thanks for having me, Dave.
Yep. Have a good night. You can just exit out. I'll exit out. I have nothing else going on this weekend. Just chilling. Well, actually, I'll tell you right now. Well, we're on the line. I'll plug it right now. Actually, on Saturday night, March 19th at 8 p.m., 5 p.m., whatever, PT, live on the Podcast City Network page. We're going to be having a tribute in honor. We just lost the great JJ Maguire. He's the one who created all the original WWE themes.
Holy crap!
WWF themes. So we're gonna, and I had him on. Had him on the podcast. It was cool to have his. So we're just gonna do a couple of my friends and people are gonna get together and just talk memories of his career and run with Jimmy Hart and Out of the South when he was with the Gentrys and all the hits that you grew up listening to. I think Razor Ramon was one of them. I'm not sure, or it could have been the other guy, Jim, because somebody else did the other versions as well. That Jim character. But he did Superfly. He did Demolition, Axis Smash, Hawk and Adam. He did the Road Warriors. So that's like
some great theme songs.
I know. Yeah. So fans, check that out this Saturday night at 8 p.m. on the Podcast City Network. Facebook page, and you can check it. I'll be a part of it, and you can check Deathmatch Wrestle podcast and much more. The Podcast City support. Well, actually, the host of that will be Everett Lee of the Everett Lee Show, alongside the Deathmatch Wrestle, Chris Carnage, and a whole bunch of others. So stay tuned for that and much more, fans. Have a good night. That's a wrap. Till next time. Good night, everybody. Yep. Oops, sorry.
You can find more Deathmatch Wrestle podcast on the following. Just hit the like button and share. You can hear the audio portion of Deathmatch Wrestle podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes. Social media, Deathmatch Wrestle podcast on Facebook, Twitter at DavidNJ32, Instagram, DavidNJ36, YouTube, David C. Russell, and DeathmatchWrestlePodcast.com. Podcast City Network, your top source for independent podcasting. Be creative, be yourself. PodcastCity.net. Facebook, Podcast City Network. Twitter at Podcast City Net. Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast merchandise available. PodcastCity.net/shop. Joners Wrestling Podcast Network. Head over to WrestlingWithJoners.com. Follow them on Facebook, Joners Wrestling Podcast Network. Twitter at with Joners _pod. I want to mention Collar and Elbow. CollarandelbowBrand.com. Use the promo code Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast and save 10% off when you make a purchase. Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast.